Alright, I apologize in advance for the ambient noise that just happened in one of my Lolita vlogs. A fucking like airplane or helicopter or some shit was flying around and I didn't realize it. But I had the windows open because it's a temperate day and not like on fire here in Florida, which is helpful. So, this is a video game vlog because I just did a Lolita one. So now we're going on to video games because it's been a while since I did a video game vlog. I might have one more vlog, but let me get through this first. Alright, so I got a couple of topics. Resident Evil 7, more on Evil Within 2, probably my final word on Evil Within 2. And I'm going to start though with the hottest of the hot news. That Monday, nobody fucking told me, and I found out yesterday, that there was, or was it Wednesday? Either way, I found out later after it had happened about a Last of Us 2 trailer just dropped on Monday. And it was like, the fuck? So, now I gotta talk about this. So, what sparked my finding out about this was one of the video game news things I follow. I can't remember. I think it was Game Riot, which they're hiring, by the way, if you're interested. I guess I could post a link to that. But they were talking about the new Last of Us Part 2 trailer, and that something that people thought it was real violent. Fuck it, dude. For openers, The Last of Us is a horror game. So, yeah, it's gonna be violent. And two, it's The Last of Us. What the fuck you think was gonna happen when they said The Last of Us Part 2? That it was gonna be people, dancing around a goddamn maypole, whatever the fuck that is? Did you think it was gonna be that shit? Because if you thought it was gonna be that shit, I don't know why you would think that, because The Last of Us, the first one, has some pretty graphic imagery attached to it. Joel's daughter getting shot right out basically the gate. That was horrifying right there. He shot the dude that was his next door neighbor because he was all turning all fucked up. That was also in the beginning. Then also early on, which was still kind of the beginning, but not the beginning. Tess, when they were going to go kill that Robert dude. They were off to go fucking kill him because he was doing whatever shadiness that made their deal fall through, and they were going to kill him. And when they catch up to him, Joel beats him in the leg, and then Tess don't even look at him, is like, fuck this, and goes blow and fucking shoots dude. Why did you think this would be, it'll be somehow less violent? No! It's gonna be probably just as graphic as it was the first time. So I don't know what the fuck people were expecting. And it was graphic, because here's what happened. They're dragging this woman. I don't know if that's Ellie, because it looked like Ellie, but she didn't really talk enough to be like, it might be Ellie, it might not be Ellie, and I'll get into some of the speculations in a bit. But these people are dragging this woman off, and they put a noose around her neck, and this lady lifts up her shirt and is like, you are just filled with sin, and I guess implying that she's pregnant, and basically sinners have to die. And before they put the woman's head in the noose and stand her on the bucket, it's like other dead people literally hanging around dead. So as the woman is getting ready to kill this other woman, they hear this whistle, and she sends one of her henchmen to go find what the fuck is happening. And then her henchmen come back with this Asian girl named Yara, and they hit her arm. The Yara girl spits on the woman that's about to kill the other lady that's trapped in the noose. And then the woman who got spat on is clip her wings, and they start breaking Yara's arm with a hammer, and I can't watch that part. I'm looking away and screaming, and it's just mortified, but it's just oh my god. And I guess that's the violent part that they're talking about. And it is rough. It's real rough. I'm not gonna say it's not rough. And then they start shooting because they hear somebody running in the woods. And then a couple people, the one dude gets arrowed. The Yara girl takes the hammer and kills, puts the hook part in his head. That's also violent. Then the woman who's causing all of this nonsense is like shooting into the woods, and the woman who's on the news kind of grabs her by the neck with her legs, and the Yara girl comes and hatchets the chick in the face, and then that's when the little Asian boy comes running around, and she's like, cut her down. Yara's telling her, cut her down. So, and then they're like, we got to get out of here. The demons, meaning the clickers in them, are coming. And they come, like, they cut her down. Actually, the boy has an issue before he cuts her down. The woman that's like hanging, because now the bucket's gone because she not kicked the bucket, like died, but she lost the bucket trying to go after the woman, trying to help Yara out. And like the Asian boy cuts the noose chick down, and they cut her out, her ropes and stuff, and the woman is like, watch your bags. And then you see some clickers running out of the woods, and that's when the trailer ends. It was, that little juicy piece was just enough for me to be like drool all over the room. And I ended up going back to watch the original Last of Us trailer, because I was like, or the Last of Us 2 trailer, because I'm like 3, I'm in 2. And basically it starts off, Ellie's hand is shaking, which people speculate she might, because she's immune to that like cordyceps virus nonsense that turns people into clickers, because it's all, as you find out at the end, all in her brain and stuff, but it kind of like changed it so she has an immunization to it. So some people are speculating her hand is shaking because it might be trying to take over now, and she might be fighting the urge to turn, which I kind of, when I first saw that, I thought the shaking was like, you ever get so angry that you're shaking? That's kind of how I looked at it, that she was so upset because there's a bunch of dead people in the house that she's in, the abandoned house she's singing and playing her guitar in. There's like a bunch of dead people, so that's what made me think, because I didn't pay attention to her hand shaking until a little bit later. And I was like, well, maybe her hand's shaking because she's just angry and she's trying to calm down, and that's why she starts playing the guitar and singing. So I don't know, but they're like, oh no, she might be trying to turn and live. So I don't know, but I figured like maybe that would help me understand what we saw in the second trailer. And some people are speculating that the woman in the second trailer is Ellie's mother, and that might be right, because at the end of the first trailer, Ellie's saying, Joel comes in and he's like, are you really going to do this? And she's like, I'm going to kill every last one of them. And that's when that trailer ends. So maybe that woman who was getting ready to get executed is her mother, and she knows her mom's alive, because I don't think they ever really, do they ever really tell you what happened to her mother? I don't know. I have to look into that. It's been a long time since I watched The Last of Us. But yeah, so that's looking real. And the graphics, can we talk about the graphics? Because goddamn, no, they look like human. They look real. They don't look like CG images. They look human. Like, you can see the fucking pores coming in, like this, the hair on people's skin. It is unfucking believable, the graphics that are in there. I was just like, well, damn, that almost makes me want to spend money to get a PlayStation Pro. But I suck at video games anymore. I just left it all behind. So I don't know if I need to spend money, but it might be worth it, because damn, those graphics are straight up next. They're not even next level. They are the next 4 levels up. I'm just like, damn. So that is looking amazing. I cannot wait to hear more in the coming months about The Last of Us Part 2. Oh my god, it's looking so hot. Resident Evil 7. There was a new trailer this week for Resident Evil 7, not a 0, which Chris is always a 0. I fucking hate Chris, as we all well know. But like, it was just Chris running around after Lucas. And you know what? That wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted to see, if I wanted to see anything, I wanted to see more on Big Uncle Zeke, because I'm very intrigued by Big Uncle Zeke that scooped up Zoe. I want to see what happened with Big Uncle Zeke and what Big Uncle Zeke is trying to talk. I don't give a shit about Chris and Lucas. like, can't we just kill Chris? I know it's a lot of you cheesy Chris fans out there, and y'all need to understand, Chris is a dumbass. He will always be a dumbass, and I can't fucking stand Chris. It's just like, oh my god, it's like, can't we just get him bit so he can die and just be on with it? Because if y'all kill Wesker, y'all need to kill Chris too. He getting too old for this shit anyway. So it's like, just wrap the fuck Chris's story up. The only thing about Not a Hero I still am mildly curious about, is the fact that he is working for some blue umbrella people, and I want to know what the fuck this blue umbrella nonsense is. Because other than that, I'm just like, ew. Just tell me what's going on with Big Uncle Zeke, and we'll be fine. Somebody told me he had a real name. You're like, no, he's not Big Uncle Zeke. He's like David or something. He will always, in my world, be Big Uncle Zeke. So it's just Big Uncle Zeke from there on. So there is that. Before I talk about The Evil Within 2, because there's like a whole subject on that, I was on my PlayStation trying to find stuff that I could actually play. I tried to go back to playing Axiom Verge. I have a little Let's Play of Axiom Verge on my channel, and I haven't played that in so long, I actually don't know how to play it, and I'm stuck somewhere, which is really not good. So, but I tried to play Axiom Verge, it didn't work out, and I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with that game, because I'm lost. I don't even know where to go. I'm so fucked up and lost. I don't even know I didn't know how to work anything. You ever swing back to a game and you ain't know what the fuck was happening? You just in the middle of some shit and you hadn't played it in so long, you don't even know how to work the controllers. That's where I am with Axiom Verge, and I refuse. That game is long. And they got a nerve to have a speed run thing on there too. I'm like 2 or 3 years into this game, still ain't finished it, and I don't know where the fuck I am or how to get out of where the fuck I'm at. So that's just gone now. But I didn't even know how to work the controls to that game, so I don't know what to do with it. But I was on the PlayStation Network trying to find stuff to play, and apparently Metal Gear Solid 5 is available for free, I think either up to today or up to the 7th. I don't remember. And I almost broke my blood oath that I would never play or watch that. I was this close to breaking my blood oath, and I was like, nope, be strong, woman. You swore you would never play, never watch, and never support Metal Gear Solid 5. I have kept that promise. I have Metal Gear Solid 3, or not 3, of course I have 5 fucking copies of Metal Gear Solid 3. I have Metal Gear Solid 4, but I don't have Metal Gear Solid 4 here. I was so disgusted with Metal Gear Solid 4, I left that shit in Philadelphia. So, you know, I'm not trying to hear it. Because, again, for those who don't know, the Metal Gear Solid franchise broke my heart and busted my balls. And yes, I know, you're a girl, you don't have balls. My balls are internal, and they busted my balls, and that's why I can't get with Metal Gear no more. It just fucked me over, and I ain't like it. And I always tell people, the reason why Resident Evil got so squirrely was because Shinji had left Capcom. I don't know what the fuck was going on with Metal Gear. There was no reason for that to have gotten all janky and fucked up the way it did, because Kojima was with them up until 2015, and I don't even know what the fuck was going on there. And Metal Gear got fucked up way before MGS5, because everybody makes the complaint, from what I understand, the complaint with Metal Gear Solid 5 was the end seems rushed, and I'm just like, no. Just no. I don't give a shit, y'all, because y'all done fucked it up. Y'all fucked it up in Metal Gear Solid 4, and I can't. There was no redemption after that for me. So they can suck my dick. So my theoretical dick. So, but that's up for free. It was something else that was up for free, but I really wanted to mention that currently on the PlayStation Network is up for free if you have I forget what their membership, the PlayStation membership dealie is called, but it's up for free if y'all want to go grab at it. Not my ass, but it's out there. So, lastly, I want to get into probably my last thoughts on The Evil Within 2. As I said, it got bumped up to third place in my all-time favorite games. And I've been vacillating whether I want to not like demote it to 4 and put Silent Hill 2 back in its spot, mostly because I told y'all I was watching it a second time the last time I did a vlog, and in watching it I was still like crying at the parts I was crying at before, and still laughing at the funny stuff when it came, the minimal funny stuff that came up, but it's missing something. And I had to sit and think. I was like, I love this game, I love it, but one, I'm done with it. I'm bona fide done with it. Like, done with it. I don't want to watch it anymore. And that trips me out, because to this fucking day, I still like watching the first game. I will sit and watch that on days where I'm just dealing with my hair. I will sit and watch the first Evil Within, because I don't know, it was so weird and trippy and creepy and just all over the place that it makes you want to watch it, to try, what the fuck happened? So that's kind of why I wanted to watch it again, and I don't want to watch this one again. It's like I watched it twice and that was enough. And I know this is the concern that I had, and I realize now I'm not wearing my little thingamabob, damn it, and I'm not redoing this. Oh well. Here's the thing. I was kind of concerned, and I never voiced this concern publicly, that I had a feeling that it was going to be this way. That the people who love the first game would hate the second, and the people who love the second game would hate the first. And it's pretty much been that resoundingly like that online. You either love the first game and like want to fucking murder the second game, or you love the second game and you can't understand those people that love the first game. I love both, but I love both for different reasons. And I look at stuff on its own merit and based on its own like individual qualities. But a lot of the complaints that the people who loved the first game had was it's just missing that special quality, and it's missing the weirdness. It's missing the bouncing around from here to there to there to there to there, and it's just missing the trippiness. It's not trippy at all. It's real kind of straightforward. The storyline is really pretty much, Sebastian, go get your daughter back. There's no like, the fuck, like, I'm in a warehouse being chased by the sadist. Oh, the fuck, I'm somewhere in a field getting chased by the haunted. The fuck, I'm somewhere and Laura's coming at me. The fuck, I'm somewhere and the keeper's in my face. It's not like that. It's got, really, you're mostly running around from the Lost, which is Evil Within 2's version of the Haunted. You're just mostly running around, and whatever other mutants of the week that were going around in Union. There's no variety of scenery. And if not for anything, even the first game had a variety of scenery. Like I said, you were in, and granted, it was between the mental hospital, pretty much the mental hospital, the streets of Crimson City, the warped streets of Crimson City, Ruvik's house of horrors, Ruvik's torture chamber of horrors, and just, yeah. You're mostly just in either Stefano's house, Theodore's house, or Union. You had a lot more, and like when you were at the Keeper, you were like in like some weird catacomb in the first game. So you had like a variety of places that you were. You weren't just always at Beacon, or always with the Keeper, or always with Ruvik, or you just had more variety of scenery. And I can appreciate that, because Sebastian not understanding what the fuck was going on contributed to a lot of that. So it's just missing the trippiness, and that trippiness is just kind of what made the Evil Within kind of unique and fun, and it made me want to watch it over. I really don't care to watch the Evil Within 2 again, and it makes me sad, because while it was really good, it just did not, it doesn't have that, ooh, I want to watch this again, because there's something I know I don't understand, and I'm gonna sit and watch this thing till I fucking figure it out. The other thing I didn't like was I really don't like Myra's characterization. The thing about Myra is she's a wife and a mother, but those were not what I truly believe when you go back and you hear, like, it was a short if diary entry Sebastian had where he's like, she's tough, tenacious, no nonsense, my kind of woman. That's how he describes Myra. They had her too fucking fruity. And granted, yes, she is the last boss in The Evil Within 2. Yes, she's like, nobody's gonna take my baby from me because I'm Mama Bear Myra. But I don't think being a wife and mother defined her in accordance to the first Evil Within game. I think Myra's characterization in the first, like when they referred to her in the first game, was more like Esmeralda's character in the second, where she would tell Sebastian, you need to get the fuck up and get your shit together because we got shit to do. And I think that's the kind of woman Myra was. Not this like, oh, your mother's gonna sew your doll back together bullshit. It's like, no. Every time I watch it, when they do that scene where Lily's like, Daddy, my doll is broken, and he's like, oh, Mom can fix it, Mom can fix anything. Myra should have chimed in, you damn right I can fix anything. I fixed this sink in the bathroom that you would never get to. Like, she just needed to be tougher, and I don't like the fact that they diminished her, because even when you deal with Myra through tapes and stuff and the consequence, there's some part where she tells Kidman, she is like, don't apologize, just show us you can do your job. Like, she was just not having the shit, and they just made her a little too mommy, fruity, and that's not what Myra was about, in my opinion. I really didn't like her characterization. I had to sit and think about that. I really do not like Myra's characterization. In addition to not liking her voice actress, I ain't like her characterization, period. They could have made her tougher, and they should have made her tougher. Being a mother should not have been what defined her. I mean, granted, it was the reason she chose to sacrifice herself in the end, but they still could have made her like no nonsense, balls to the wall, just like, this is what's getting done, deal with the shit. So, and somebody had a complaint about Theodore. They were like, well, it should have been less Theodore and more Stefano. I think Stefano was a great villain. Stefano to this day freaks me out like nothing else. But they should have did more with Theodore. Like, Theodore's story just seemed kind of tacked on at the end, and it was just like, y'all could have did more. Y'all could have made him don't get me wrong, his boss fight is fucking amazing. I love the fact that you had to fight, because the boss fight is the one where you do the sadist, Laura, and the Keeper, and that boss fight is awesome. But they could have, as a characterization, they could have sucked you in more with the Theodore story by having him come to Sebastian a little earlier and like been like playing Theodore and Stefano against each other. That could have been better executed, but they didn't do that way. So there could have been so much more to Theodore than what we got. And then they could have also, in doing that, could have been like showing him, instead of doing it at the tail end right before you fight Myra, show why he decided that he was going to betray, instead of just kind of like shoehorning it in there. So that was also something I wasn't too pleased about. And there is a big controversy, people who like Sebastian's voice actor in the first game versus people who liked him in the second game. I fucking can't stand the second game Sebastian voice. I thought he did a terrible job, and his voice acting was super ass inconsistent. It was like, 1 minute it was all scratchy and we're gonna do this and it was like, oh, we're gonna do this and it's just like, boyfriend, pick a fucking voice that you want to work with. Don't keep vacillating between you want to sound like a broke ass Clint Eastwood or you want to sound like a normal human being. You need to pick. So I really didn't like the Sebastian's voice actor, but that's like the least of the complaints that I have. It's don't get me wrong, I love that game, but I love it probably based on its own merit and not as a whole to the series. Honestly, I really think, granted, at the very, 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 very end, after everything has happened, after Mobius ends, there's this computer that cuts on to say the end, but is it? Like the end with a question mark. Don't do that shit. Let it go, because I love the idea of Mobius. I love the administrator because he was just evil and crazy. But the thing about these secret organization plots, they are completely unfucking sustainable to a series in the long run. You can't, there's no way. In real life, there's no way you'd be able to keep something like Mobius a secret, because somebody inevitably would open their fucking mouth and be like, oh no, I work for Mobius and they do this and da-da-da-da-da. There's no way you could keep, and Mobius is supposed to be a worldwide organization. There's no way you could keep something like that a secret forever. Somebody is going to open their mouth eventually and find out. I love me some Mobius. I love me some fucking Umbrella. I love me some, to a certain extent, Murkoff from Outlast. But there's no way you could do all these experiments and people and somebody not find the fuck out. So it's unsustainable to a plot in the long run, but it needs to end. They killed Mobius. Just let Mobius be dead, and they're not going to be doing no more experimenting on people, because y'all kids, again, need to get off the fucking sequel treadmill. It's time to move the fuck on. And I'd like to see Tango Studios do other shit other than The Evil Within. I love me some Evil Within, but it's time to let it go. So, and stop all these fucking ridiculous ass sequels, because it gets to be unsustainable in the long run. So that is all I have for now. That is all the gamer gossip I have, and I don't even know, it's getting really, like, the horror, it was something else came out. Oh, Remothered came out. I haven't gotten around to watching that yet. I haven't really been in the mood to watch horror games. I watched I might be starting to get big into watching horror games, because I watched Jacob's Ladder, that old 90s movie, like yesterday or Wednesday. It was Wednesday I watched that. So it's kind of gotten me wanting to be scared. I liked watching Remothered, but the voice acting in Remothered was a little weird. And watching somebody, I was watching, I think, No Skin play, and it was a little redundant. So I really had to think about if I really want to sit and watch that, like, seriously. I'm still waiting for Lust for Darkness, because y'all had Smut Trash and Mozart. That's like enough to make my lifetime, because goddamn, that's everything I need in my life. Smut Trash and Mozart. So I don't even know, but I'm waiting for that one to come around. But it's still horror games coming out. So this year, I'm telling you, 2017 has just been a bitter ass year for horror games, and I don't know where we're gonna go from here. So, and I don't know if The Last of Us is coming out next year. Somebody had 2018, but I ain't buying it. So we will see. But that's all the gamer news I have for now, and I will see y'all next time.